Today we're going to take a short hike with a full pack of winter gear, and then I'm going to show you what's in there for my winter gear. We're in Pachaug State Forest, one of my local favorites, and we're going to hike over Mount Misery and onto the Dry Reservoir Shelter, where we'll unpack the pack and show you everything that's in there. Trip, I'll be using my Gregory Baltoro 75 backpack, which is about 4 pounds heavier than my Z-Pack's Arcall 62 liter. The reason why I'm doing that is this pack is more comfortable carrying heavy weights, and the Z-Pack's Arcall is really not designed to carry all that much gear that you really need in a winter hike. We're here at Dry Reservoir Shelter, and this is where I'm going to show you everything in this pack. All right, we'll start off with a reminder of how much it weighs. 43 pounds, weighed it just as I left the car, loaded with gear and water. We'll start from the outside and work our way in. On the outside, we have snowshoes. Going to need those up in the New Hampshire mountains. Also on the outside is my tent. Strapped to the side. Also on the outside, bottle of Gatorade. When the Gatorade's gone, this is my pee bottle. This is my sit pad. Keeps my butt dry, or my knee if I'm kneeling down in the snow. Additionally, I have my tent stakes, my tent poles, and my sleeping pad, my foam sleeping pad on the outside bottom of the pack. I always strap a pair of gloves on the outside. Sometimes I switch my gloves from thinner gloves to medium gloves to full-fledged mittens, depending upon how cold it is. The full-fledged mittens, we'll get to those later. I always clamp them onto the bag so I don't lose them. All right, so this is my Outdoor Research water bottle parka. Inside it is an Nalgene bottle. Today, don't need it. It's in the 30s, upper 30s, but if I was hiking in the White Mountains and the temperature's down below freezing, this will keep my water from freezing. My left front pouch, I have snacks. In the right front pouch, I have my knife. Just a simple knife. So on the top of this brain, there are two compartments. On this side, I have my light, my glasses, and my toilet paper, and my first aid toilet paper, and my first aid repair kit. Also in there is a balaclava, full face balaclava if I need it, if it's really cold. Okay. On the other side of the Gregory brain is my Black Diamond Mercury mitts. These will save me if it's really cold and windy in the mountains. Underneath the brain, I kept my puffy coat. It's easy to access if I need to get in and out of it. Typically, I will put it on when we stop, as soon as we stop, so that I don't begin to freeze, and then I'll take it off as soon as we start going again. In the zipper compartment underneath the brain here, I keep some extra cord. This is helpful with the tent, maybe some extra stakes. And then I have my electronics bags with my rechargeables for my battery, rechargeables for my phone, my watch, whatever I need for electronics. And that's what's in the brain. And the only thing I have in here are my rain pants. Now these are helpful if you're up on the top of the mountain, it's really windy. Normally I would be wearing 2 layers of pants, some kind of a fleece under this, as well as this. I don't have that on today. And then if it's really cold, I will put on the wind pants. All right, let's take a look and see what's inside this thing. This is my Thermarest Neo Air X Therm. It kept me very warm in 0 degrees last weekend. I have a small pot for boiling water, and inside of that, to be efficient with space, I store some other gear, which is a kind of a space blanket, extra warmth, a cup for my coffee or cocoa, and a small rag that I can make wet to clean up with at night. Of course, if it's freezing, it'll freeze overnight. Digging further inside the bag, I have crampons. These are Black Diamond crampons. I don't need them today, but I might need them on the mountains. My extra bottle of water in here, another Nalgene. The reason why I use Nalgenes in winter is that when I get to camp, I can heat up the water. I can put hot water in here. I can put boiling water in here as long as I don't close the lid, because if you close the lid, sometimes it causes the bottle to have a problem. Ask me how I know. Inside here, I have my winter clothes for sleeping in. I have some thermals, both tops and bottoms. I have another hat in case I lose it, and also because it'll be dry when I go to bed at night, and that will keep me warm. I have my food bag. Right now, I don't have a lot of food in here, and also on this trip that I'm going on with my AMC club friends, we'll be having group dinner, so we'll be splitting up the food or the stoves or whatever. So I don't have my stove in here, and I don't have that. We're also splitting up a first aid kit. So there will be more in my backpack, but that'll be group gear. All right. At this point, I now have my sleeping gear, and I use a trash compactor bag to line the inside of my pack in case things get wet. You don't want your down things to get wet. So inside here I have my down booties, which are great for keeping me warm inside the tent and walking around outside if I need to. I have some Army pants, Army surplus pants, field pants. They're down pants in here, and they keep me warm around camp. Once you get to camp, you're not moving around as much. You need more layers, and that's why your pack gets heavy. You got to have layers to stay warm when you're in camp. And inside the bottom, and then this is really shoved in there for good reason though. You can really shove your down items in there. So I have a down quilt. This is a 10-degree enlightened equipment down quilt. And then inside of there I have my Thermarest 0-degree sleeping bag. And those are the 2 things that are in the bottom of this pack, and they're shoved in there. All right, I think I missed a couple things. So for safety, I have a whistle, and I have some Purell for cleaning my hands on the outside, and I have a thermometer. I have some camera gear, which I'm using right now, which I also bring. Usually they'll stay on the outside, so I have easy access to them. And I think that's about it. If you carry something different, if you have comments or about things that you carry or you like or things you think I've missed, feel free to comment in the bottom and let me know. Everybody's different. What works for me might not work for you, so that's why I recommend you take these things out, you try them, take notes when you come back, have a set of notes, lessons learned, and then adapt your gear after every trip and fine-tune it. Sometimes you'll switch something out, sometimes you'll just won't use it, and you just won't take it next time because you're trying to lighten up the load. So there were a couple things I learned from my last trip. One was that I didn't need the tent stakes, the summer tent stakes in my tent. I didn't need the tent footprint. When you're setting up your tent in snow, you don't really need a footprint. I didn't need my poop trowel. It's going to be impossible to dig a hole in frozen ground. You have to bring something else. So again, this pack was 43 pounds loaded up. That's pretty heavy. I'm typically 25, 27 pounds in the summertime. So that's a lot more weight on the shoulders, on the hips. This backpack here has much more padding than my Arcall, Z-Packs Arcall 62. So it kind of sits a little bit better. and it's a little bit more rugged. I'm less likely to break the gear or pull something apart by trying to tighten stuff down. I hope you enjoyed this gear video. If you want to see more like it, let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching.